What's going on, YouTube? Today I'm going to do a quick little video about the 2016 Colorado base model. This was the cheapest truck you could have bought brand new in 2016. It was assembled with a pride in Westonsville, Missouri. Anyhow, so as you can see, pretty much stock rims. I mean, this is the model below the work truck. It is 4-cylinder, 6-speed manual. This in particular truck came with 265/70 R16 Wranglers. The what are they called? Fortitude HT. Right now I got about 33,000 miles and the tread's doing pretty good on it. Not a whole lot of thrills. As you can see, I mean, it's obvious that I did add a camper topper to it, which is, I kind of like it. I ordered this one. I just had one side door window / door put in, and so this is like a 6-foot bed. You kind of see in there, nothing real spectacular, but it works. You can see the coolant over there. I'll tell you what happened. So after I just got it out of the shop. This was really interesting. This has the 2.5, like I said, liter, and you come in here. Well, I'll show you how many miles I got on there, right there. 32,965. Well, it went off. A few little features I'll show you inside. It does have power door locks, power windows, and oddly enough, even a power seat. This is back seat delete, so now no back seat back there. And you do have just regular vinyl floors. It didn't come with anything. You do have a power outlet right here. 6-speed. Kind of neat. It did come with a backup camera. I think that's almost mandatory for all vehicles now. Up here you just have the one light. What other features? There is a USB connector in the box right there. You go right to your phone, and that does connect with the media button right there. So that's kind of cool. And I believe there is, it's a little bit messy back here, but there is one more. Why is that so shiny? I think back here, well, you can't really see, but behind the handrail there is one more outlet. So as you can see, this looks a little bit different under the hood than probably the other ones that haven't been messed with at all. There is no light up under the hood, just to let you know that. And this did have a lot of extra cowlings, but like I said, the headlights were one of the dimmest out for that year. So I did end up putting these LEDs in there. And to put these guys in, there's 2 boxes. It goes in conjunction in there, and you have to literally take the bulb, the container. See, here's the container of this one, but the high beams or the low beams. Can you see it over on this side? Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know if I get a good view. Maybe over on this side, get a better view. So there's 2 housings. Let me see if I can show you guys. This first initial housing is for the high beams. This one is for the low beams. Right here. This guy. And you have to take this out, drill this out, and to add in. Cut that out, drill it, add that little grommet if you guys want to do the high beams. I guess there are some that you can just replace the bulbs, and I'm probably going to do that for the high beams if I can find it, just to get a little bit better lighting. Doing that, there was the big plastic stuff over here, plastic stuff over there. I took all that out, and as you can tell, yep, the K&N air filter. And I don't know if I went over this before. No, I'll edit it out. I did put aftermarket exhaust on there. That is from the cat back. I forget what brand, but just trying to give it a little bit more power. I'm not a hot rodder, but I also took the cowling off of the engine just to kind of, not really to cool it, but just to keep looking at it. And what I noticed is after about 30,000 miles, right around this area right here, and you can kind of see a little bit of this discoloration, but this was really as you can see, even on this bolt right here, see the dirt? Well, this was all dirt, like oil and dirt on there. So I took it in. It's under 36,000 miles. Like, man, I think I got an oil leak. And so it was covered. They ended up taking the whole, I bet they had to take the whole motor out because it was crazy. They had to do a whole bottom end. They did the main seals. They did the pans, the gaskets. And as you can see, this is kind of a unique thing. I thought it was maybe a gasket between the head and the block, but they added this kind of faceplate on there that also has another gasket on there. So they had to do all of that. And when they did that, they also ended up doing the coolant system. Well, I was about 100 miles down the road, and all of a sudden bells and whistles were going off, and I lost all my coolant. I guess the mechanic forgot to put this clip, or if you can see back in there, back about right in here. Instead of just doing a hose clamp, we got this clip system that goes over the swell of the, we'll call it a nipple. But anyhow, it's like this clip that goes over the swell, and it just popped out, and man, I lost all my coolant. Luckily, I was buying an old tractor place out in the country, and I put some John Deere coolant in there, and I put it back on. Anyhow, it blew out again and again. And the way that clip is designed is horrible. I tried to cut the clip down, make it fit back in there way better, but it never did. I had to whittle that down so the clip would actually seat in a little bit better. And then now I carry an extra little piece of hose with some old school hose clamps to go back in, and it still smells like burnt coolant in here. I hope it's not leaking. Now I'm checking it all the time. I was running synthetic from the first oil change also, but something you guys got to realize is that I never knew this, that these friggin' clips now on going into, I guess that's going into the heater area. Just to let you know to watch out for that. Take off your cowling and look at your engine if you guys have one of these to make sure, because this is all aluminum. Why would that be leaking out? I am not sure, but that is awfully odd for that to be leaking out. And now, and then coming off the main crank, this guy actually has some wobble in there. I'm not sure if that should move or just be totally, to me it doesn't seem like that should move at all. But that does have a little bit of wobble in there, so a little balance issue perhaps. And that being said, anyhow, so I'll keep you up to date on how things go with the Colorado. I do drive this a lot. This car is driven a bunch, or this truck, and so far I like it. It's held up well. Besides that, it's kind of a bummer that that's happened. But you go grab the keys. We'll give it a start, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, guys, here's the key for it. It does not appear to have a chip in there, which could be good or bad. I kind of like it. There's no there's no little button or anything to unlock it. You literally have to, do it manually. Just start it up. And another thing about the base model is that it's the as far as I know, it's one of the only models on the GM lineup that does not have OnStar, which could be a selling point or not. Some may like it, some may not. Now, as far as the gauges go, you got your tach, your fuel gauge, your temp gauge. Now, your temp gauge was, let's see if I can put my finger, usually runs right about there, right around 200 degrees. I don't believe there's even a thermostat in this vehicle, which is really neat. I was wanting to kind of upgrade that, but haven't gotten around to it. Anyhow, mileage, I log it down all the time, and I do this for most all my vehicles. I will show you. There's my log on there. Miles per gallon, so even at this mileage, about 22.7 all around mileage, and that is zeroing out the gas every single time, and I fill up every single time, but that's just me. We'll go through the clusters real quick. On the vehicle, you get your oil pressure, economy. I'm not sure if I really go by that too much. There's your trips. I zero them out every fill up. Oil pressure 48. You can see it kind of goes up. When you're cruising, you're right around here, so about 52 PSI. Okay, so we'll go over the trip. We'll go to the trip. You got your miles per hour. You got a timer on here, average speed, fuel range. I guess these are kind of accurate. Then you hit this menu button over here. Hit the menu button, and then you toggle this to go through there. So we're over here at the vehicle. You got your oil pressure, oil life remaining, units. You can change that. You got your engine hours, kind of neat. Voltage, and your tire pressure. And then over here on economy, I think that's about it for economy. Anyhow, well guys, that's it for in here. I will show you what I was talking about in the main. See, it doesn't look, to me it looks like it's got a little bit of wobble in there on that bolt. If there's any mechanics ever watch this and look at this, man, I would love to hear what you guys have to say about that, if that is normal, if that's a balance issue. Do I need to take it back in before it hits 36,000 miles? But the engine itself, not much vibration, there's just a little bit on there. And the tone of the aftermarket. So that being the mean exhaust I put on here, just trying to get a little bit better fuel economy, a little bit better power out of it. So I will let you know, going up the hills here, whoops, it does, you have to downshift, and it doesn't like the hills. So they're starting to make some tuners. I may go ahead and do that, just try to get a little bit better fuel economy and a little bit more power for the hills. And that's about it. Anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you have one of these, if you got some issues, man, let me know. Comments. Till then, peace out.